trying to figure out what is realistic, right? So sometimes going to a really big ID camp at a Division I can be useful because they will sometimes bring in 10 to 15 other coaches, so you're getting really good exposure for that opportunity. So you might not necessarily be interested in that Division I per se, but you just know some of the schools that are going to be there and you have an interest in some of those schools. But I really think it's about finding what's realistic, right? And the only way to know what's realistic for you is to watch those teams play. The amount of times we have kids that contact us and say, like, I will be a great fit for your program, I can make an impact right away, and I follow up with, well, have you ever seen us play? And the answer is no. How do you know that? How do you know you can fit in our program? How do you know the style of play suits you? How do you know the level suits you? Kid might be better than our level, right? Or vice versa, he might not be good enough for the level. So I think a lot of research to figure out what it is that's realistic and what you're really looking for makes a lot of sense. If you find a school that's hosting an ID camp and it's going to be a small, intimate environment, and it's a realistic possibility for you, then I think ID camp, that ID camp could be a very good fit to get you exposure for that school. And that's not to steer, like I said, not to steer away from a big Division I school's ID camp, because if they're bringing in other coaches, then that's 15, 10, maybe 20 coaches that you're getting exposure to. So that can be a really good thing as well, even if you're not interested in that particular school, or you realize that particular school might be out of reach, So I think those are some of the factors to consider when you're thinking about ID camps.